Incredible things found in old houses, safes, basements. Number 10. 1963 wedding album found in stranger's ceiling. A couple from Florida, Megan Capsidis and her husband, Bobby, moved into their new 1960s home when they made an unexpected discovery. The couple, like any new mover, were renovating their new residence to their liking in order to make it feel more like their own home. When her husband was working in the kitchen, they discovered a very ancient valuable. A wedding album from some couple in the 1960s came out from under the insulation in the kitchen ceiling. The images showed the bride getting ready for the big occasion, the couple posing for a picture after the vows, and the married couple leaving the church with bridesmaids and groomsmen lined up on the other side. Tucked into the album was the wedding invitation, which revealed the name of the bride, Marguerite, getting married to Joseph Gargiulo. According to the card, the wedding had took place on Saturday the 14th of September 1964. The couple said their vows at St. Thomas and Apostle Roman Catholic Church located in Woodhaven, New York, more than half a century ago. Megan was looking forward to returning the wedding album to its rightful owner, hoping to see the old couple's eyes twinkling with joy upon their old photos. However, it did not go according to plan. Upon investigation, it was revealed that the marriage was short-lived. The husband died a long time back, and the bride is in an assisted living facility in Florida. Yikes. Number 9. Toddler from 1800s found in casket. One of the most common plots in horror movies is the haunting of a house because of the past murder that took place, or because the house was built on someone's grave. This only happened in movies until 2016, when an actual coffin that dated over a century back was found in a San Francisco home. Workers and residents claimed they often heard random footsteps of a toddler running around the house, and soon after they found the casket of a little girl from the 1800s buried right under their home when the house was being renovated. The body of the 2-year-old girl was preserved in an airtight coffin, but her identity was unknown. An organization called the Garden of Innocence National took responsibility for the reburial of the little girl and named her Miranda Eve. However, upon DNA testing, it was found that the real name of the girl was Edith Howard Cook, and she died on the 13th of October due to protein deficiency. She was later buried in another cemetery in her new coffin, after which the owners claimed the footsteps had disappeared. At least now we know that any creepy activity around the house is worth checking out. If you ever hear someone's footsteps, make sure to take your belongings, leave the house, and keep digging until you find a mummy before moving back in. Number 8. Bootlegger's whiskey stash found in old house. For most of us, when we think of a treasure, it is mostly gold jewelry and a lot of money. But for all alcohol lovers out there, this has to be the ultimate treasure that they dream of finding every night. Nick Drummond and Patrick Baker were renovating their newly purchased New York home when they ended up finding decades-old whiskey bottles hidden in their house. They ended up finding over 70 bottles of whiskey that were carefully wrapped in brown paper and straw and were concealed inside the house walls and underneath the floorboards. Some of the bottles were empty, where the liquid had evaporated, some half full, and some others were completely full. According to the labels, the whiskey was made in 1923, during the Prohibition era when alcohol was banned for a few years, which explains why the items were so carefully hidden. Research on the house's history revealed that it's previously belonged to a famous bootlegger named Count Adolf Humpfner, who mysteriously died in the living room, leaving behind a fortune. Somehow, it took nearly a decade for someone to finally find out his hidden contraband. Captain Jack Sparrow would have come running if he ever heard about this hidden alcoholic treasure. Number 7. Secret New York apartment found behind bathroom mirror. TikTok is known for being a wild place, but it hit new heights of craziness when a girl posted one of the most insane videos on the platform of what she found in her New York apartment. The TikToker named Samantha Hartso claimed that she always felt a cool breeze blowing onto her from the bathroom mirror, although there was no visible openings. She decided to investigate this mystery further, and ended up unveiling the most unexpected thing ever. Upon taking her mirror off the wall, Samantha found a large opening that was concealed behind the mirror all this time. One note we take from all horror movies is to never investigate something that is suspiciously paranormal. But as it looks, Samantha perfectly fits the job description for a horror movie actress. She attached a torch to her head and decided to go in with the hammer to explore the other side. She was amazed to find an entire empty apartment that had been hidden all this time. The video makes shivers go down your spine, but as it turns out, there was nothing spooky about the place. It was just a dusty abandoned apartment that no one had any idea about. Lucky for Samantha, she had a buy one get one free offer for an apartment without even knowing it. Number 6. Rare Superman comic found in a house wall. One man's trash is another man's treasure, and this video perfectly explains how meaningful this quote truly is. A man from Hoffman, Minnesota was remodeling his newly bought home when he found the most unexpected and rarest treasure from inside his house walls. Among these was an incredibly rare copy of Action Comics #1 that marked the first ever appearance of Superman. It had been 75 years since the comic was first published in 1938, and there wasn't any doubt that comic book collectors would easily pay a hefty sum to add this valuable item to their collection. The fact that there were fewer than 100 copies of this comic in existence made it that much more lucrative a find. The book was sold for an incredible $150,000 at the auction, but the Man of Steel's first appearance would have been worth much more if the book hadn't been damaged. Unfortunately, the comic wasn't quite as indestructible as the superhero it featured, and the back cover of the book got torn during a scuffle with one of the finder's family members. The tear apparently resulted in a $75,000 loss in value of the comic. Now there's an expensive fight. Number 5. Rare coins found in a hidden room. While most of us move into a new house to find hidden problems, this lucky family struck gold. Upon moving into their new home, the daughter noticed something unusual. At the base of one of the bookshelves was a latch, which you can see in the video. Curious about what it might be doing there, the family started investigating. The father opened the latch and discovered the whole bookshelf could be slid out. Behind it was a hidden chamber, complete with a functioning light bulb and insulation. But that's not all. As if a hidden room wasn't enough, whoever built it also installed a hidden drawer in this secret room. A hidden drawer inside a hidden room seems to be a bit of an overkill. I wonder what could be that valuable. Upon opening the drawer, the family found another surprise, a small box. Inside was a couple of very rare coins, harmless enough. Number 4. Gun and ammo found inside hidden basement room. When the first-time homeowner started clearing out the stuff from the previous owner, he discovered that there was a patch of plywood covering part of the wall in the basement. Many people wouldn't give that a second thought, but not this guy. He managed to pry out the plywood and discovered something mind-blowing. The video shows that behind the wood was a narrow opening leading to another room. Being the curious cat that he is, the man investigated and found stacks of gun cases. He didn't find any guns in them, but he did find a ton of ammo, which you see in the clip. Seriously, how much can one man need? The new homeowner also discovered a few other gun-related objects, one of which indicated that the previous owner was in the civilian marksmanship program. So he was just passionate about the sport and not planning a murdering spree. Well, that's a relief, but all that was just the tip of the iceberg. You can see he also finds a treasure trove of old coins and a safe that he failed to open. So the mystery continues. For now, we can only hope it's not more ammo. Number 3. Long-lost Picasso painting discovered in sewing machine. Here's why you should listen to your dying aunt when she tells you to check the sewing machine. Carl was told by his aunt to look under her sewing machine just days before she passed away, and he did. This turned out to be a very good decision, as he lifted the Singer sewing machine that you see in the video. A painting dropped out of the machine and onto the floor. After inspecting the signature on it, he was stunned. He was looking at a painting made by the great Picasso himself. No, not a cheap imitation, but the real deal. Would you believe that it was only $30? Yes, that's right. Carl's uncle bought this masterpiece for a bargain of just $30 during World War II. Even printed artwork costs more than that nowadays. Experts that analyzed the painting came to the conclusion that it was painted by Pablo Picasso himself when he was experimenting with a different painting method. You can also see there's a fingerprint on the painting. If it matches that of the famous painter, the $30 painting will be worth over $30 million. Lucky Carl. Number 2. Mysterious tunnel found beneath a home in Illinois. For this one, let's take a trip underground. Imagine finding more than a 100-year-old tunnel beneath your home by mistake. This unlikely scenario came true for one West Alton farmer. He was doing some excavating due to problems with his sidewalk when he discovered something unexpected. A whole tunnel was just lying there below the ground. I don't know about you, but if I found a tunnel beneath my house, I would quietly seal it up. Don't need the unnecessary paperwork or taxes. You can see in this video that the dark tunnel, though old, is in pristine condition. The whole thing is lined with bricks and closed off at the end. The short tunnel was built in the 1800s, so it must have seen a lot when it was in use. But what it was used for remains and will probably remain a mystery. Some say it was built for the Underground Railroad. Others suggest it was a root cellar or ice house. We may never know for sure, but sad as it may be, the farmer has to fix his sidewalk and seal up the tunnel for now. Number 1. Man discovers secret underground passageways under home. Secret rooms hidden behind bookshelves used to be the stuff of movies until this Sussex man found an actual hidden space behind his house. According to the man, this luxurious house was built about 500 years ago, but no one had been able to find this big secret that the house was hiding until now. He was clearing up the bookshelves when he noticed that the wall behind was actually hollow, so he decided to remove all the books and investigate the wall. Surprisingly, the shelf came out very easily, as if it was meant to do so. Upon unscrewing the wall, the man was shocked to find an opening to a hollow space inside. He crawled into the space to find a hole underneath a floorboard that led to another room and a creepy ladder that led up. If I found a place so scary, I would have surely turned my back and moved out of the house, but this man was desperate to meet the monster hiding in his house. He decided to climb up first but couldn't find anything other than a massive wasp's nest. He then decided to crawl down the hole to the other room. He was amazed to see several passageways that were hidden underneath his home all this time. He initially found very old books lying around in a staircase that led up to a dead end. However, after further exploration, he found an old boiler and an old safe. He opened the safe and found books that dated back to 1848 and some letters from 1837. Although there was no item of great monetary value found, it was still an incredible discovery to find the hidden passageways. I wonder what they were used for back in the day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash the like button if you enjoyed our video.